San Diego volunteers are working together to raise money to build a nursery at the Rancho de los Niños orphanage in Baja California. And here now to share more is Hilda Pacheco-Taylor, and the CEO, founder of Corazon de Vida, and David Steele, a San Diego solar and clean energy entrepreneur. Good morning, David and Hilda.
Good morning.
I love the partnership with San Diego volunteers and going across the border. Tell us about this fundraiser. This is something that you really don't hear about, but this is focusing on nurseries and abandoned newborns. I'll first start with you, David.
Sure. Yeah. First off, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you, especially with Hilda. She's a real hero. And for me, it started, I just went down there. I go down there to visit. We sometimes go down and do house builds. And this orphanage is amazing. And there's a real need there for to create a home for babies, and it's something that it's just really important at the border, and they don't have space or room for it now. And I went down there on my birthday with my son to visit, and just all of these amazing things happened. My friends started volunteering to, give me supplies to bring. Another friend volunteered to help with our public relations with a project. And another friend came to help and said, I can supply bikes to these children. And it's just been really amazing to see the community outreach. And so we decided to step up and do a little bit more and really build out this nursery. And I'm just super excited. It's just happening. It's just coming together.
So as of right now, there is an orphanage there in Baja California. It's in the town of Valle de Guadalupe, and it's pretty much 50 years old now. But why is it so critical to build more nurseries in that area?
So in Baja in general, there's a real challenge with teenage pregnancy, and 33% of young women before they're 18 become pregnant. And they're still kids themselves, and a lot of times the orphanage will get a call from the hospital saying, we have this baby, the mother's not here, and can you take it? And babies are it's more expensive, they need more care, there's just so much more to it. The food is more expensive, everything about it. And so we really want to have the facility to be able to help more of them, and we currently don't. And so it's a real challenge. There's not the kind of resources that we have here in the U.S., and so we want to help contribute and make it happen.
And thank you for bringing this to light, because I had no idea about the need there in that area. And Hilda, how did you get involved with your partnership with this?
Sure. So I'm the founder of Corazon de Vida Foundation. This is a nonprofit organization that started almost 29 years ago now. And the start of Corazon de Vida was to try to help the orphanage where my siblings and I were raised in Baja. Learning, after leaving, and many years later, learning that the orphanage was in desperate need of support, and understanding at that point how orphanages work. Baja doesn't have the programs that we have in the U.S., like foster care or welfare. So really the only way to support children in need is through a network of orphanages, and those orphanages are 100% funded by the generosity of people and organizations, mostly across the border on the U.S. side. So for 29 years, Corazon de Vida has been fundraising and supporting orphanages. We currently support 10 orphanages in Baja. Rancho de los Niños is one of those orphanages. It's one of the larger ones. They have about 90 kids in that orphanage. And most of these homes focus on kids 4 to teenagers, 4 years old to teenagers, because it is a lot more expensive and it takes a lot more care for infants. So very few do take in infants, and that's definitely a big need. And we're really happy that Rancho de los Niños has stepped up, and they want to start to serve that population of children.
And this is so personal for you, so I appreciate you sharing that. And then you, David, being there, seeing that firsthand. Tell us now, there's a fundraiser going on, the GoFundMe page, and I saw that link and I was just amazed. We do know that there's a need here in San Diego County as for so many resources, but the fact that San Diegans are reaching out and donating their funds to create and build orphanages in Baja California, How does that feel for you? And tell us a little bit about that GoFundMe.
Sure. Help us build a baby nursery in Baja is the name of the GoFundMe. And it's just so critically needed, you know? I mean, I grew up in a family and was loved and had a mom and a dad, and you know, I lost my parents years ago, but I had that sense of belonging and love, and these kids deserve to have it, deserve to have a home. And what they've created at Rancho de los Niños and many of the other orphanages is really tremendous. A huge focus on education and enrichment and all kinds of amazing programs, but the real challenge is that there's not a place for these babies. And so, you know, my passion and my friends and family and people is, how can we reach out? How can we contribute? How can we do it? And they have the land, they have the foundation, they've already drawn up the plans.
That's great news. Like, they already have drafts in the works.
I mean, it's happening, and we're still a far way. We've gotten a lot of gifts for the kids. We've gotten bikes, but we've just raised about $10,000 of our $150,000 ask.
Yeah. And as you're speaking on this, I believe we have a QR code. Let's pop that QR code up, please. There we go, right there. So as you were talking about the donations, people, all of our viewers could even take a look at that as well, that GoFundMe page, and you could donate to the Rancho de los Niños orphanage. David and Hilda, thank you so much for being here this morning on Good Morning San Diego. We will make sure to have this information at KUSI.com.
Thank you so much. And my last question, or my last ask is, whatever you can give, you don't have to give $10,000, give $5, give whatever you can give to help us make this happen, because it's our community coming together that's doing this. It's not me, it's not just Hilda, although she's the hero. But just give, and then you'll see what we are able to create.
Well said, and they will definitely make a difference. David and Hilda, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Of course.